Great job, Joe. Great job. Thank you, Austin. Yeah. This is post-COVID. See what post-COVID has done to us? We don't even know what to do. See? I like that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Appreciate that. Next year, we're going to switch wardrobes, by the way. All right, guys. Give Joe one more hand of applause. Round of applause. There we go. Some great information there as well, right? A lot of impact with F&I. One thing I realized during Joe's presentation is why I never went into F&I. There's a lot of math involved, right? Which math is great, but for me, I like doing this side of it. As a matter of fact, I actually wrote a letter to math. Let me tell you, I wrote it out while Joe was talking. Let me tell you what it says. My letter to math says simply this: hey, math, grow up. Figure out your own problems. It's another dad joke for you guys there. I told you I'm here all week. You guys will get it later. Some of these you're going to be driving home and you're going to be like, oh, that's what he meant. But again, guys, I want to welcome you back. Hopefully you're having a great time. Some things I wanted to highlight that we have touched on before, because we're going to be talking about EVs, and that is our focus. Dealers are all in for EVs. So make sure that you head up, and in the hallway between our north and west section, there is an EV history. So it gives you a look back of EVs, of where they have come from, where they're going, and looks into the future. And so we're going to continue in that theme, and we're going to talk and discuss a little bit more about EVs. And as a matter of fact, we are actually going to get into everything EV at the NADA show. All right, so we're going to highlight that, and to help us and do that, we have Connie Mickles, who's our Director of Expositions at NADA, and Cameron Wilson, who is our VP of Education and Training at NADA. Are you both ready?
Yeah.
Well, come on out. Let's have fun. I see they have their pins on. Don't forget about your EV pins that are in your gift bag. All right, make sure you guys take advantage of those.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and we're so glad to have you here. We're so glad to be back in Vegas for 2022. Woo! Yeah. Okay, so as he was saying, dealers are all in on EVs. It's a cute little green button. Hopefully all of you are going to have one of those as you go through the show the next 4 days. So what we'd like to do is just talk a little bit about our EV program for this year. And we thought that since it's been a couple years since we've all been together, we wanted to do something different, and we really wanted to talk about EVs and how important they are going to be for our industry and where we're going in the future. So we have, I believe, a 4-point program here that we hope that you will be participating in and following along. And I have a little cheat sheet here. But it's going to start today at 12:15 with a super session about EVs, and that's going to be with Jason Stein in room W325 at 12:15 today. So make a note of that. You don't want to miss it. And what we wanted to do is to really talk a little bit about the history of EVs, because as they say, everything old is new again. So on the second level of West, as you go on Paradise Bridge and you go toward the North Building, where you'll find other programming items as well. The expo is over there, general sessions are over in North. We also have the exchange workshops in North. But as you go across the bridge, you're going to find a couple fascinating elements we hope you will enjoy. One of them is the history timeline of the electric vehicles. And I believe it all started back in 1848, perhaps.
Can you believe
These electric vehicles have been around for a long time, and they've had their ups and downs, but we see the future ahead of us, and we see where this is going, and dealers are excited to be a part of it. This is just part of the evolution as we move forward. In the same area, you're going to see some beautiful electric vehicles that we have on display. And as a matter of fact, right now, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our OEM partners. We worked with our OEM partners on these projects to make sure that we had a really full agenda for this year's programming. And so on Electric Avenue, right upstairs, we will have vehicles from Mitsubishi, Toyota, Mercedes-Benz, and Volkswagen. In addition, On Electric Avenue, we're also going to highlight dealers, connecting with dealers and helping dealers. And we have some success quotes from dealers who are doing really well in the electric vehicle business, or EV business, I guess I should say. And so we wanted to highlight them and honor them as part of that program. So a second area that we really want you to check out is going to be in the North Exhibit Hall. And it's our brand new Eevee Solution Center. And it came to our attention not that long ago that with all of the changes and challenges and issues surrounded with the EVs that are coming up, that a lot of dealers may not have all the answers. A lot of dealers, though, have a lot of questions. So we're going to have industry experts on hand at the Eevee Solution Center booth.
And I can jump in if you don't mind. We'll talk a little bit about some of these EV experts. So as Connie mentioned, we know that dealers have a lot of questions and might not necessarily have the resource or know who to ask those questions. So we've staffed this booth. We've searched the industry to find subject matter experts from companies like Plug in America and Center for Sustainable Energy. We also have Renee from We Predict, and I'm really excited about the fact that she'll be in the booth on Friday. Only on Friday she'll be there. But We Predict actually analyzes actual service records for current EVs in the market. So they actually know the information about servicing current EVs. And so she's able to give a wealth of information about the actual servicing of the current EVs in the market, and it will help you predict how that's going to impact your service departments going forward. She will also be participating in the super session that starts at 12:15 today, hosted by Jason Stein, along with some really great dealer presenters to talk about what they're currently doing to sell and service EVs in the market. People like Keith McCluskey, Jeremy Beaver with Del Grand, Liza Borges, who I'm really excited that she's going to be on the stage from Carter Myers, and John Melashenko with Germain Motor Cars. So we're really excited about the EV Super Session, and it's divided up into two segments. So one of the segments will be focused on these dealers and talking about how they're currently selling and servicing EVs. And then the second part of that Super Session will be Jason Stein talking to Scott Keogh from VW. So we're really excited about this super session. Kicks off all of our education today. So starting at 12:15. And all of the stuff that we're talking about right now on the stage, there are little flyers over there in the little booth or in the little stand. So be sure you grab one of these flyers with all of the information that we're talking about right now on the stage so that you can keep track of everything that we're doing EV related this entire show. And sorry, I interrupted, so I'll pitch it back to you.
No, it's good. We're going back and forth here. So in addition to the EV Solution Center, which hopefully all of you will want to check out, we also are going to have vehicles, EVs on display in the general session area, which also is over in the North Building. And I just want to do a shout out to the OEMs. So for general sessions, we have Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, Audi, Stellantis, General Motors, BMW, Hyundai, and Genesis. So that's going to be a great addition to the overall general session program, or main stage program, I should say. And we hope you take a look at that as well.
And I don't know if you all noticed, but we have an electric DeLorean right here out front that is going to magically make its way today over to this EV Solution Center and be on display for the rest of the weekend with the subject matter experts that I was mentioning. Again, as Connie said, we know you have questions. This is a great place to get answers. And also, in that EV Solution Center in the North Hall, all of these subject matter experts, or most of these subject matter experts, are going to be doing mini sessions. So don't miss some of the great mini sessions, like Renee Stevens, who I mentioned from We Predict. She's going to be doing one on the true cost of EV service in the field. We also have Lauren McDonald talking about EVs by the numbers, past, present, and future. So some really great mini sessions that are taking place in that EV Solution Center. Again, completely brand new this year. Beautifully designed by our one and only Connie here, so you don't want to miss it. And what's next? Workshops.
Workshops.
Yes.
That would be you.
Yes. So in addition to the mini sessions that are happening in the Eevee Solution Center, we have wonderful workshops happening all throughout the education program this weekend. We have wonderful presenters like Stephanie Valdez from Cox Automotive. She's going to be talking about how to win in the Eevee market. We have Brittany Meyer and Connor Bonham from Dealer Inspire. They're going to be talking about marketing to an Eevee-focused future. Matt Teskey, I don't know if you've all seen ChargeWay. ChargeWay is an app for really simplifying charging for your consumers. So rather than being confused about, you know, my J1426 connector or whatever they're actually named, this app simplifies charging for your consumers. And he also has something really cool that they call a beacon, which is basically like a big giant iPad where you can put it on your showroom floor and really help with the sales process of showing consumers, okay, normally you would go to this gas station and this gas station, but now if you're interested in EV, here are all the places along the routes that you normally drive that will show you where you can charge your car, and will show you which of those charging stations are either a level 1 or a level 2 or a supercharger. And so really great information from Matt Teskey and ChargeWay that you don't want to miss. In addition to, for workshops, we have Ryan Ferrero from SunPower, and he's talking about strategic revenues with solar and EV charging. So Ryan Ferrero himself is a former dealer, and so he knows everything that you all are dealing with right now and the electrification of your stores. So he's got some really great information about how you can use solar and incentives and basically turn your electrification into a potential money-making venture for your dealership with using tax credits and the solar charging. So again, Ryan Ferrero, don't want to miss his workshop. We also have two powerhouses from Escalent. They're going to be talking about introducing the next generation of EV buyers, and Escalent has done some really, really fantastic research on the EV buyer. And you know, we've all heard it in the news, the EV buyer wants direct sales, and that's just not true from the research that Escalent is doing. Escalent has shown proven that the majority of customers are looking forward to the OEMs that they're used to, that you know they drive by every day, the car dealerships that they drive by every day. The consumers are waiting for EVs to be on those showrooms so that they can come and test drive them and know where their car is going to be serviced and know that their local dealer is going to take care of them with their electric vehicle. And so don't miss out on the Escalent presentation, because they've got some really great research that they've done and you know really great information to share all about the next generation of EV buyers. And then I think that covers all oh no, I almost missed Glenn Mercer. He's going to be talking about the dealership of the future. And I don't know if any of you have seen Glenn Mercer in the past, but he's done several research studies for us about how dealers are progressing and moving forward. And his session this time is obviously going to be focused on EVs and what that means for the future of dealers in the market. And so I think that covers everything with workshops. And so we should probably talk about the exchange.
Please do.
So if you haven't participated in one of our exchanges before, the exchange is a really wonderful way to have peer-to-peer discussions about a specific topic. And so rather than sitting in a workshop room and having somebody present to you like I am right now, you actually go into a room and it's like a little mini 20 group. So there are lots of different topics for the exchange, but specifically for EV, we're going to be talking about preparing for the future of electric vehicles. And so in these exchange sessions, you actually get to sit down with your fellow peers to talk about this situation and talk about ways to improve your situation as it relates to EVs. And these sessions are moderated by one of our very own 20 group moderators. So you have a chance to discuss topics like EVs. In addition to, we'll have some really great exchanges that cover topics like dealership succession, reducing expenses, growing service retention, attracting technicians. So again, these are really great opportunities to have peer-to-peer conversations. And so if you've done a few workshops and you're looking for a little bit of a change, be sure you check out several of our exchange sessions over the course of this weekend.
So we're super excited about our electric vehicle program for 2022. And we believe it's going to be the launch of something that will repeat itself for years to come. So this is our brand new initiative, something new that NEDA is doing for this particular show. I don't know whether there's anything else you'd like to highlight.
I think we should give a shout out in case there are any truck dealers that haven't made their way over to the ATD convention. We do have a couple EV related sessions for our wonderful truck dealers. And this year, the ATD convention is taking place over at the beautiful Encore Hotel. And they get to they're doing their own exchange, preparing for the future of electric vehicles. They also have a workshop that's embracing the commercial electric vehicle market. So really great information in that session for our commercial truck dealers. And they also, we're going to be doing a mini session in their connection hub, which is brand new for all of the truck dealers this year. We're really excited about it. The connection hub is their opportunity to mingle with the vendors and also mingle with fellow dealers in the truck space. And there's going to be a mini stage in that connection hub where one of the presenters is going to be up there talking about electrification and America's truck fleet, a conversation with Corey Neal. So again, some really great electric vehicle information for our ATD commercial truck dealers this year. So again, if you are interested in all of these sessions, be sure you grab a flyer or download the app and simply type EV into the search section, and all of this information will come up. You can simply add it to your schedule, and don't miss any of this fabulous, fabulous EV education that we're super excited about.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great show.
Okay. All right, once again, thank you both. Appreciate that great information for us. All right, so,